Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. So we want to see where we are in our trades, and this is going to be a quick recap for all the trades. I want to make it so short. Now, this is what we can see in the move to the upside. Now, this is DXY. So we can see that after this low that we went up as an A B, and that this is a C. So the C leg is what we can see. When you are looking for a diagonal, this is a perfect example of diagonal that you can see for me. It's so perfect that you can see. And when you begin to see this, so you'll see that this is like a price action for downside, another price action for downside. That is what it's looking like. And if you look at the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, so do we have, so it's also looking like that. So you can see it's a diagonal, which might be difficult for you to count on the daily time frame. Like we said, we are running against this top. So this is the top we don't want to break. And now we are seeing the formation of this diagonal here. This is the daily time frame. So this may look like enough price action, but I think we are almost there. What we are seeing is that we may break or kiss the top one more time before we see a sharp move to the downside. Now, you may have thought that this is wave one of this diagonal, but I won't take this as a wave one because when you look at it, the length of this is so big to the upside here. So I would rather see this as 3 and a 4, and that from here is where we begin to count our diagonal. Is true and true, representing a diagonal. So here, so let me try to zoom in on this. So this is not one now. So this is like the third wave here and the fourth. And after this fourth, the move that we are seeing is counting 5 waves. So this is like a wave 1, a wave 2, and this is like a wave 3. We have finished a 4. The one that is going up may be the last wave to the upside, which is the 5th wave. Then we break to the downside. That is what we are expecting. So entering tomorrow, which is the last day of the trading week for the month, we don't expect you to have a new trade, but you have to look at structure for us to see what we are going to do next. So these may go up potentially to cap the top or break it slightly, and before we come to the downside. That's what I can see. So quickly on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame to look at it. So for me, this is not one, like I said. This is like 4, and this is where to break once we are ready. So price that is coming down will travel down to break 105.124 on the DXY for us to know that yes, now that impulse must come. It must come straight down to that area to cap it or break it. Then if you have not joined from the top, then you can now begin to look for a retracement thereafter, maybe next week. So, but for now, we know if you can catch it, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is the 4th. This is the limit of the 4. As far as I'm concerned, price is going to go up one more time. This looks like the 5th wave, which may break the top or not and come down. So again, on the 1-hour time frame, okay, let's look at that is what this is giving us. On the US dollar index, so this is where the price must break now. That's 13,029. Price has to break that impulse has to come to 13,029 and break it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should be going up as the last wave for us to have a breakdown. On the euro dollar, so it's a quick recap. On the euro dollar, so euro dollar, it's more like having a fixed bottom right here. You know, the other ones are wedging. Euro dollar is more or less having a fixed bottom here. You know, that's what is different. You know, it's still an ending diagonal. This will be the fourth wave. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the price would have to break this point, 1.076. So the impulse would have to travel to break 1.076 before we say we've ended. Now for euro dollar, this may not break the bottom because we've more or less had a fixed bottom here for this one. This one is just wedging. So, but we don't know what it's going to give us. So, but I'd given like a 61.8 here. So that's the difference between what you see on US dollar index and the DXY. Let me try to zoom in. Zoom out now for you to see it again. So this is where we are coming to break. The impulse must travel to break this. So what came up so far didn't break this, so which means we are not ready. So this might be the last move to the downside. If you can't from here, which is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this may just go. It may not be deep, but I don't expect this to go immediately and take the top. Maybe it will come somewhere in between here, and probably if it should go down again, that might just be around this area or so. We have to see what it's going to give us. But we shouldn't take this top now. So if you should break this top now, then we're ready to go. Let's go to DXY and bring out the labeling for you to see. So let it load. Let it load. Now that's the leader. So you can see it wedging to the upside now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And so in terms of trying to see, we said that wave 3 is not the shortest. So for here, from here is wave 1, 2, and 3. So what extension is 3 to 1 on that? From here to 1 here, then back to 2 here. So it gave us maybe just slightly outside 90. 100% is here. So this is almost 100%. So you didn't get 100% on DXY before we saw the end of a wave 3. So, and to get a wave 5, if this is 5 going up as a 5, then it shouldn't be up to 100. So this one is a bit longer than 3. So of course, if it's a wedging, it shouldn't go beyond 61.8 or 1. So to do that for here, so we come from here, we shouldn't get 100% now to the upside. That's what I'm trying to say. So from here back to 4, a 61.8 will be falling almost at where 100 extension is. At given this that we shouldn't break beyond 106, 200 or thereabouts. So it's still around this area. So it might just break the top at that. And 100 extension should be here. So you will see why it won't give us this. Let's see what 100 extension will come up to. If it's here, the red that is not broken. The red that is not broken, if I go back on 4 hour time frame, So you can figure out the rest later. So if you look at it, so right from this point to the downside, in terms of retracement of the entire run, from the blue here, then back to the green here. So you will discover that here at the present, whatever that we have, the green area is lying at 85.4. So I don't expect this one it shouldn't go beyond this area of 88. If we are to do with 2 to the downside. So, and everything may just collapse from here. If I do it again here and put it at 88 on Dxy, everything should collapse in that area. So, which means that we can still take either the top or just break it slightly, which is at 0.61. So that is what I can see here on Dxy. So you can see the way it has narrowed, the angle has narrowed, the wedge has narrowed. So that is what I can see here. We just need to see that action or reaction to break low. And on US dollar index is the same. So let's look at Euro USD. So I don't want it to be long. I have a knack for teaching too long. Euro dollar. Yeah, so Euro dollar, we can see the way it is. You know, this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 2, 3, 4. So in fact, if we should break this primary 4 now, we are done. In fact, when you will know that we are done, we don't even have to break this before we know you are done. Breaking 2 means that we are done. Once we break this one, we are done. So but for now, I'm still seeing that this one going up is not done. We may have a B wave and still push down slightly more. We shouldn't see it break the top for now. I think we still need to go down the more. Let this one correct, and after that, you can look for an 100% extension to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to 61.8 of the internal correction here to the downside for where to buy, to take a buy. So all this that is happening, it's just like might be we might see a B, you know, to the downside, for the further downside. It might just be a 1 and a 2. It might be anything for that. But once we get an 100% extension, I think we are good to pick a buy, which might still change our entry. So our entry is still down around this area of 1.0682, which is 61.8 of the extension of the 2 to get 5, which is around this area. So we don't know what it's going to be. I'm just showing us. So if you look at the Nzdusd USD, what Nzdusd USD is presenting us in that light, Nzdusd USD, what is presenting us in that light, it might still break the bottom once again. So Nzdusd USD, after this move and this correction, so we see this as the 4th wave. So when we break 61500 to the upside, that means we are done. We are going up again. So we need to take this to the upside. So in the ending structure now, I can see this as a wave 1. If you count it, this is wave 1, and this is a 2. The move to the downside is like a 3 to me, which is like occurring at about 161.8 to the downside of this to this is about 161.8 as a 3, a 1, a 2, a 3, this may just be a 4, and the one going down may be a 5. So, and a 5, the possibility, if it's going to tick like 100% extension, which it may not be. It may not be. Let's see. If we bring out the drawing, if it's going to give us 100% extension of wave 3, which is this 3, if it's going to give us 100%, it will come to this point. It will come to this point. And if it's going to be equal to wave 1, let's see all those scenarios. This is for wave 1. Wave 1, if it's going to be equal to wave 1, it's going to be equal to wave 1. Then that's it. If it's going to be equal to wave 3 from here, it's going to be equal to wave 3. Let me just change it. So if it's going to be equal to wave 1 from 4, from this 4, so it will come here. It will come here, break it slightly, and go up. But if it's going to be equal to wave 3, which is the last that you should expect, then it should come here. It should come here, which means 5 may be equal to 3. So, and this marks like 50% of the whole movement retracement. So this one can present us with any, so but for now, I just expect it to, I think our entry is at this bottom here. So if it comes here and goes up, if it breaks down here, then we should be expecting it here. So that's what I'm trying to say on Nzdusd USD. And if we go to 4-hour time frame, like I said, this 50 is the whole retracement. And I don't see it more than that for now. From here, up here, so this is 50. This is where it may come to, and not more, nothing more for now. We have succeeded. Like I said, we're going to break this bottom. We have broken it. Then how far are we still going to go to the downside? It now depends. It's either here or here, then we push up. So we are watching. Then let's go to gold. Let's go to gold. So this is what gold has given us. Of course, we need gold to break this top. We need gold to break this top now, but it looks it's going to break it. Once we break this, we are already in the bullish move again. So once we break this top, now this has been going up without correction now. So, and so far on the 4-hour time frame, I don't see it breaking down yet. It might just be crawling and crawling, breaks this, but this is a mood for a change of trend, and we are back uptrend as far as I'm concerned. Everything had ticked, just like I said, without breaking 22.92. So it's stalled here at 22.94, as I can see here. And I said it's not going to break this bottom, and it's not going to take this bottom, and that is what it has done on gold. So we are seeing like an A, B, C, D, and an E in a triangle, and with a lot of momentum, like I explained, and we are going up. If I go to the 1-hour time frame, so 1-hour time frame, so this is 22.93, 80 thereabouts. So that's where we saw this reaction. This is an impulse. There is an impulse, and once we break out of 23.38, then we are back uptrend. So this is not a recipe for a correction to a deep correction. This is still a recipe to break the top again. So we have to wait for gold. If we are going to pick another, buy entry, we need for this to break up, correct more deep before we go long again. So that's on gold. Now let's look at JSY. So let's see if I'm going to draw a trend to guide me here. How do I draw that trend? I just need to connect this and this. I think which has been connected. This base and this base has been connected to watch what is happening here. This are still telling me, okay, maybe like this, just to capture this tip and this tip here. So this is what I have here. So it's not done. It's not done on the 4-hour time frame. It's not done. There's no price action on the 4-hour time frame. So you don't think that is correcting. No, not yet. So I need to show you that. I need to show you that. So I need to show you that. It may go up, cap this top, break down. This is 88 retracement. So we've gone past 76. So, and once you are above 76 of this immediate wave, is not an X again or anything, it's going up. So this is 78, 76. It's in fact, okay, maybe it reacted at 85 or 86 now. That's where it reacted, and it's still going to break this to the upside. So this is not coming down to break the low again. It's not taking the low again. That's what I can see here. Now the JXY, let's look at the JXY on the 4-hour time frame. I'm ending soon. I've not been doing that because of the nonsense that this has been doing. JSY, which what had given us on the JXY. Wow. So JSY had broken here. Let's see. Now, JSY had broken here where I think it may react. So where I think it may react. So it has even broken here. So what I can see here now on the JXY is that this is looking like wave 3 ending here now. So which means we still have a further downside to this. So we need to break up here for us to know that we have ended. If you take this to the upside, we are almost at the end of this thing. If the Bank of Japan is going to actually do something. So we are almost at the end of this. I can see that this is 1 and this is 2 now. We have finished 2, ABC of 2, 1, and this is 3. It's also an ending structure that is giving us. So, but we need this to react if it's going to react from here. But we first have to break this, take this to the upside. So once we take this to the upside, then we want to see 4 in the blue. So we want to see 4 in the blue, 1 in the blue, 2 in the blue, 3 in the blue. Once we take this, then it's 4 in the blue. So once we see this 4 in the blue, then we need one more wave to the downside. And this may be something that is, probably against next month. Before the middle of next month, we may just see that push here to the upside on JXY. So do nothing for now. These are not places that you want to actually begin to look for trades here. These are not places you want to. This 5, the fifth wave here in this red is still a far cry. We need to do 4 now. Okay, sorry, the last, yes, this is the 4 here. So we still need to finish up the internal structure of this last 5. We've not done it. We need to see 4 in the blue before we now finish this 5 to complete it. So it's going to drag further. The same thing we're going to see on US dollar yen. US dollar yen. So we are still pushing up. We should have broken the top now. So it's still the same thing. So here we are almost at this is almost at is it 100 extension of 1 here around this area. Let's see, between 1 and 3. Okay, so yes, we have broken the top now. We have broken the top of this wave, which is like we are ending this also. So we continue to count until we end this. That's broken this. So that tells you this is out. Wave 4 is done here. So this is the last 5 waves, which we are still counting. This is the first 1 and 2. So let's see where we are from this bottom to this area back to 2, which is this low here. So okay, this area is like a 127 area. So we may just probably see a reaction around this area, but at 100 we are good. So it's still an ending diagonal that is given also. So we'll wait and see what is going to happen here, or probably a leading diagonal. Anyhow, you look at it. So we may react here or still go up, but we need the reactions. We need to come and take this now. Or come around this area to end 4 in the blue. So we need to come around this area to end 4 in the blue. So which means we have to break this immediate structure, come within the vicinity of this structure, but we still need that reaction to the downside, and which may finish 3 in the blue, 4 in the blue, go up 1 more time and break down. So with that, I've come to the end of today's updates.